safe. Killers in the jungle. You hear that? Safe. Right, I've got to adjust my glasses because if I don't, you won't see my eyes, and the eyes are hearts to the soul. So, the trick is to do a live stream. Can't be done anti-socially, can it? Can't ignore people. It just cannot. If I had to, I would have to just switch chat off, but I can't do that either. So I just have to be like, right, you chat amongst yourselves. So I wanna. It's not what I want it to be. Hi y'all. It's sounds like too much, doesn't it? So record the MIDI from it and see what has been generated. There we go. Go back in here. It's mad, innit? So we'll go take all this. Actually, we don't need any of that. We just need these. Just need these two, because that's where our sound's coming from. Whoa! Why is that so loud? Right. Ringtone pack. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely ringtone territory with the arpeggiated looks. Sounds like it's, yeah. I love a good ringtone. Do you know do you hear the story behind the Windows sound? Like the Windows sounds. I think it was the Windows 98 or 95 sound. I don't know if it was Brian Eno who did it. It's just like wired all his synthesizers in his studio and put it all through. So it's like layers and layers of just texture. But you wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't, unless you read the story. You'd be like, "That's a nice noise." I think that made me want to get a room full of gear at one point. But now you can do it all on a computer. Maybe it doesn't sound as rich. I don't know. I think it can do. You just need a bit of CPU. How you doing, Chaz? With 5 OTTs. Alright, James. The OTT man. Loves doing it OTT. Is there any workplace part of your life you don't do OTT? I am not using Ableton Supermassive as far as I know, Louis. Everything's OTT, even if it's just a bit OTT. Good chat. How's the streaming going, Chaz? I feel like this. One thing I liked about Cubase. Oh, actually, anyway, it can fold. I can fold it, and I can see the actual letter, the name of the note. But Cubase would let you. You could have colours per note. It was only slightly useful because when you've got 12 different colours, it kind of gets confusing remembering the colours and on which notes they associate to. But it was, you didn't have to remember, you just had to see red, and you look along and there's red. You don't want it to be red, so you make it the next colour. Ableton super small. I wonder if there's a super massive equivalent in Ableton. I don't think there is, I think you'd have to build one. See, because that's in a scale, it's not got the note I want. I thought, I wanted D major, but I think I want it not this. I want it to go flat. So that's the E, it's got to go flat, there's another E. I've got to spot the E's. So this is where AI could help me. Not sure how, because I'd still have to tell it exactly what I want. It's not going to guess, is it? What do I want right now, AI? Well, you could turn off the computer and go outside. Do you know what? That's a good idea. But I'll do that later. What shall I do now? What didn't do it, by the way. Key just fold. Yeah, so that's what I've done. It's in D. It's in D major. I mean, okay, you're right. I did use scale before, but it would actually speed things up if you used scale, wouldn't it? It's a maybe that's it. Yeah. Yeah, if you know music theory, then it helps, doesn't it? I don't know it fast enough. I understand the basics, but not. George, hello. It's confusing on my end as well, because I'm like, sometimes I don't know if people are just putting stuff that I don't understand, or whether it's stuff they don't understand either. It. Scale tool. Oh my gosh. Phrygian dominant. I don't know either. I wish I did. I wish I had time to do to do piano lessons and actually do that every day as well for half an hour. So it really, and in a year's time, I'd be able to tell you, I'd be able to go, well, a Phrygian dominant is this, and just play it like that, and it's like on the ends of my fingers. I was in that zone briefly when I was doing piano lessons. I could do the basic scales, but then obviously there's like all those other. I don't even know. That's part of it, is knowing the fucking names of what they actually are, the classifications of the type of thing that they are. Is it a tonic? I can't remember. A mode, or is it a mode? There's tonics, modes, scale, key, chord, chord progression. I think I know that, and I think I definitely know what a chord progression is now. I've got that down. Hello, bud. Phrygian, yeah. Grubsy dubs. See, I know when I see Phrygian, yeah, I'm like, yeah, Phrygian. I've heard of that before, but I don't know what it is. It's like, oh yeah, music things. Yeah, I know music things. Zero, what's that? A music production degree, yes. That's it though. You don't need to know, do you? You have musicians play for you somehow. You like hire them in with your big bank balance. You get them in, get them behind the screen, and jam. Just you hit record. Just say, pretend you can feel something. Oh, it'll take me too long to actually find out myself. It's there. It is. There's Februrary dominant. Yeah, in D. Let's try that. That's what it sounds like. Those notes filtered through a D Phrygian. Phrygian dominant. Sounds like that. So I can't tell you what it is. It's just that. C, D, D. Oh, it's interesting because it misses out. That's C, D, E, F. No, sorry, C, C sharp, D. So it misses out D and D sharp. I can tell you that. And it misses out a few other things. Misses out B. So it's kind of like, oh, I don't know what it's like. I have no idea. Because I bet there's a Phrygian that's not dominant as well. Phrygian. Phrygian. Look at all them. Oh yeah, there's just a normal Phrygian. So that's just those two notes. I bet it sounds good if it was played in a way, a good way. Door is Ableton. Oh, a mode of harmonic minor. Okay. Let's have a look. There's minor, and then harmonic minor is just one different, isn't it? Or is it two? Yeah, it's those C sharp and C. Instead of a C, it's a C sharp. Oh, that's for D though. D minor. See, that's it. It's like every combination. How many combinations are there? There's like 12 notes. So there's 12 keys, and then for each key, you probably only. I mean, if you wanted to memorize all those, but there's more as well. They're just like the ones Ableton's included. It's a lot. It's a lot to. I mean, you don't need to memorize. You only need to memorize one and then transpose it, don't you? But George sounds like he knows. You got a music theory, George? Can you sit at a piano and just play stuff? That sounds good. Half step in it from the tonic, which is pretty cool. Moving dubstep. Oh, I wish I knew how to use that. Oh yeah, Grubsy. I decided on Ableton a while ago. I was using Cubase, and I saw someone use, and I knew what was slowing me down. I was really good at Cubase. I was fast at it, but there were bottlenecks in laying stuff down. And then someone came along and showed me Ableton. He says you should use Ableton. I'm like, why? And then yeah, I could see with the effects, the way that if you do sound design stuff and electronic music and want to make like mad bass and sounds and shit, having this thing on the bottom just makes all the difference. I think FL is a bit like Cubase in that you do all this like routing and extra channels to do this. You can do the same as this. It's as powerful, but if not, I mean, FL can do things, do routing things that Ableton can't. But for speed, this has got to be the best. It's the best for me anyway. It comes up a lot, doors, on this live, and I never tire of it. Saying why I like Ableton, why I chose Ableton. Someone's actually asked me to give their seven-year-old kid a lesson on just how to put a beat down, and I was like, shit, like, and he's only got Android. Like, I could show him on a PC, I could show him Ableton, but if he wants to do it at home, he's not going to pay. His parents aren't going to pay for Ableton. So I was like, I've got to find like a door, and everyone's always asking me what's the best door for a beginner, or what's the best door to start on and stuff. So yeah, I got BandLab going. BandLab's pretty cool. On Android, so I can show him now, and give him a little lesson on how to put a beat down. He'll be buzzing. I think he's done some really basic stuff, but if I show him how to put a beat and a bass line down, he's probably going to be jumping around the room. One thing, BandLab, can you even use it in the browser? Has it got as many features? One thing I think it should have, and I'm wondering if there are any other Android-based sequences that do have this, but like chord helpers. So you basically set the key the project's in, and instead of notes, instead of just like inputting MIDI notes, it inputs notes still, but the notes play like whatever chord you want them to play. Is it on the browser? Okay. Because I thought it was just lacking that cause, and the reason why I say it is because when you've got a small screen, you need help, and there was this app for Android, and it's disappeared off the App Store. I got it ages ago when Scalar plugin, that is Banzucon. Scalar, I assume, yeah, is the VST. Not, I mean, if there is an Android app, chord plugin. What, for as a VST, you mean? Or for Android? Because if there's one for Android, that'd be great. There's what's it called? Yeah, so there's this app called Beatonal. Doesn't exist anymore. Somehow it's on my new phone, which I've had for like a year or two now. Well, actually more than 2 years. And I don't know if it still existed to download it again and transfer it over, or whether it just transferred it from my old phone. But it's like a really old app that hasn't been updated and doesn't exist anymore. And I don't know what's happened. You know, I could try and get hold of the developer, but why? And the great thing about this app was you had, instead of a MIDI keyboard, I think you could have a straight up MIDI keyboard, but the first thing it gave you was this chord keyboard. And it sounded great. It was like great for getting instant like 90s house chord stabs. It was brilliant. The MIDI editor was really, really terrible to use, but I'm glad I've still got it on my phone. I feel like I've got this rare app, and I might use it one day because it's a rare thing. It feels rare. I might try and sample it. So there we go. I hope there is. I mean, I know there are solutions for VST, because Scalar is definitely one of them that I've used, and Chord and MIDI plugin. You mean for as the James, the Ableton one? You mean? Yeah, that's good for that. But it doesn't. Yeah, it definitely helps. And then you put it through a scale, and it'll play in the scale you want it to. But it won't do any jazz chords. I think they were like slightly jazzy chords, some of them on this app. Let's just see if it's in a B tonal. What happened to B tonal? All right. Get it on Android, Google Play. Sorry, doesn't exist. App Store. Oh, so he's discontinued Android. Oh. But yeah, let's have a look. There it is. Can you see that? That's that screen, right? So it's on chords, yeah? You press chords and this comes up. And you just hit record and hope that you get it right, otherwise you've got to go into the editor. And it's you know, you can do a couple of things. But yeah, so you've got these chords: C minor, D diminished, E flat major, and things that you wouldn't think would go together. And then the plus, like, sort of adds something. I don't know what it is. My music theory is not good enough to tell you what is going on, but and there's plus and minus above each one. It's great. I love it. It should be implemented. But the whole thing is pretty basic. But I did make some beats in it. I wanted a way to just like jot ideas down when I was driving around. Not while I was driving, but in my courier job. I just wanted, I got this melody, pulled over. Like, right, drive away again 5 minutes later. And then never used them. And they were always sat on my phone. In fact, I'd not listened back to them. And then you can export it as a WAV. And it synchronizes with Ableton. I don't know how, and I don't see how that would be useful, but it doesn't look like it's been updated. Like, it looks exactly the same anyway. And I don't know what this stuff is. When you hit one of these keys, it kind of moves around a little thing and records it like automation. So weird. But anyway, that's that. Jazz for Dummies. No way. Right. Add the extensions. Yeah. Diatonic. Oh. Of a C minor. So do I have to load a piano for this? I do, don't I? Thank you, George, for explaining. Where's the piano? Piano. Why is that so small? Piano. Why is it 0.6 kilobytes? Why is it even telling me it's 0.6 kilobytes? We want to go into sounds. Piano. Abstract piano. I just want a decent piano. Grand piano. I'll do. So C minor, yeah, and then D diminished. I've been trying to figure out what D diminished means for a long time. But E flat major, yeah, oh yeah, that's minor, isn't it? That is it starts on the minor. It starts on the third one up, doesn't it? It's so weird how I find it so hard to get my head around it. Is that like the entry level for musicians? You have to be able to understand this. Otherwise, once you understand it, you've unlocked the power of music. So that's that's what I should do. That's what I should have done, is just reverse engineer it. And F minor, which is, but I don't know whether they were playing triads, which would be G minor, A flat major. Yeah, that's probably it, isn't it? Do you reckon it is in triads as well? But then that plus, I don't know what that plus thing did. Thanks for explaining that, George. Yeah, definitely. It is Ice Boy Cruisy. It is nice and easy. A, B, C, E, B. A, B, C, E, B. Nicholas, how you doing? Yeah, all good. It's easy to record vocals on Ableton. I'd show you how easy it is. You just add a track, hit that button, the arm button, the record button, and then hit record. And as long as your mic is set up, yeah, that easy. Right, that sounds better. It was only an experiment. I wanted to add some extra harmonies because this pluck sound is a pluck is kind of like a thump sound. That's why I was overcomplicating it just a bit, but by doing this. Get rid of that. Just go back to that. Sometimes these projects are not going to get, and probably not going to get done and released, but they are. I try to move them forward and learn stuff while I'm doing it. Yeah, I would show you how to record, but my mic, if I've still not figured out a way. Actually, I have figured out a way, but I can't. I haven't routed it yet. I'd have to route the signal out of the sound card, then back in, which seems bonkers. So yeah, the bass is improved. I've made a few improvements. I'm happy with that. Let's go on something else. I'm not that bored of it yet. I should wait till I'm more bored of it. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, is start muting bits. So for the next bit, like duplicate this bit. noticed how loud that ride is. You could dream of a tune. Nice. Thanks. I like that description. I've been listening to some Sesko, and it makes me wanna. Who was it? Mark Bajan was on here, and he was saying, "Listen to Noisia. Listen to I forgot what Noisia track is, which one it is." And I listened to it, and he says it makes. He said he listened to it for like the reference, and it made him want to cry, because he was like, "How the fuck am I going to do that?" But I said to him, "It's 3 brains. Noisia is 3 brains in a room making stuff. So you just have this constant battle for ideas. There's never a shortage, or a pause even, probably. I don't know. But it's mad work in a studio with 3 or more." Bombast. I don't know if I heard Bombast. So I started listening to loads of Sesko, because there was one Sesko tune that was recommended to me when we had like a listening session on the live stream, and I asked for people to suggest bassline tunes so I could get inspiration to make a bassline tune, and there were a few cheeky garage tunes we chucked in, and one of them was Sesko, and I was just like, that's for me, that one. The sound design, the simplicity of it. Does it sound that sounds minimal, but at the same time, some of it does. I listened to Super Stealth, I think it was, and that made me like Noisy makes me go, holy shit! Like it's like that tune that was by Noisy. I can't remember what it was. It was like it was almost going Autica a little bit with the intricacy and the modulating rhythmic patterns going through it, but while staying true to Noisia sound, because that it's hard to do like an Autica style thing without sounding like you're trying to sound like Autica. When I try and do it, it just sounds like, I don't know, not as good. But it's fun to do it. It's fun to make loads of squeaks and blips and stuff like that. What am I looking for? Bombast. Bomba. Just listen. My live will get flagged, but it's okay. It sounds like, as well, it sounds like Sesko uses in a few of the tunes some Foley or field recordings for this just subtle air that's going on. What's this? This sounds menacing. Yeah, you were here. One breath. Just all of it. I'm currently trying to snare. The snare is like, what is that? It's like a wood block. But a snare, no, it's a snare, a rim shot. Tightly controlled. Like a rim shot with the high end rolled off. All Sesko snares seem to have the high end rolled off a lot, like quite relatively more than other tracks. There's this thing here. Oh, we're gonna watch it on the scope as well. got my voice on it? Yeah, it has. No. Dry snare, yeah. It is, yeah. I mean, it has got I can't look at my voice. Oh yeah, the hi-hats. So I want to get these tambourines or hi-hats. And the kick, yeah, that's like a soft thud, but it's so present up front. Not boomy, not overly boomy. Just sounds like it's deceptive. It sounds just like the hi-hat going. And there's definitely tambourine as well there now. And it's doing like mad rhythmic stuff. Like, yeah, I think I do, and I don't know how to put them in my tunes. Like, is it, George? I need to hear your tunes. I don't think I've heard your tunes yet. Hi, Sonic Sound. I did get your messages. So yeah, that was... Which was the one that I was listening to, which was the one that I keep listening to again and again. This one. Someone said it was garage, and I'm like, I'm still going to play it. I'm going to play this in February as well. Oh, okay. He sent me a snare. Nice one. Yes. Thank you, Sonic Sound. Wait, did I? Oh yeah, you did, yeah. It's just, yeah, you've got a different name on Insta. Yeah, thank you for sending me that stuff. What? And it's like, what is that behind it? It's like a really subtle ambience, but then it kind of comes in and out. It's bizarre. Love it. And so yeah, just listen to the hi-hat. Just listen to it's not hi. I always call them hi-hats, but it's actually tambourines. I've worked that much out. Oh wait, no, that actually sounds like hi-hat now. I think it's the rhythm is what whatever that hi-hat is about. The sound is part of it as well, but it's more about the rhythm, isn't it, and the timing of it. I think you could just listen to that hi-hat on its own, and your head would be going. please do. Egg shaker. Jazz hands. And you just sit there. You just sit on top. And it sounds like everything else. The snare does go up there, but I don't know. It's just so clean in it. It's not busy. It's too easy to make a mix busy, isn't it? And with loads of sounds. And then as soon as I do that, I've got no room for a nice hi-hat pattern. I struggle to control myself. I just should stick to a few simple sounds. Hi-hats, snare, kick. Obviously, lots of sound effects and foley, and a nice bass. All these other melodic bits don't fit. There's no room for anything else. Hi Mark, how you doing? Yeah, maybe you can get off on the right foot, see? Just start simple. Cut everything but the drums. You won't notice it. Oh yeah. I think. Yeah, there's a lot of. So I don't think I can hear past 13 or 14 anymore. So I can't hear. I mean, that doesn't make any difference to my ears right now, unless listening to it on loud. 20 plus years. All good. Dreaming the high end of your mix. If you do that, yeah. So I do try, but then I'm trying to get out of the habit of having the high hats or whatever's going on in the high end as part of a drum track, because they need separating out, don't they? So you can properly separate them, in the same way that the sub is separated. Fair play. But I've seen people take it up, and within months they're turning out tunes. It's possible to learn it very quickly. It took me a long time because of the kind of brain I have. And because that long ago there wasn't really much of a YouTube to sort of learn stuff on, so you had to go to college, but college had its own challenges, and you couldn't learn at a pace you wanted to. It's just one speed, so the rest of it was just self-teaching myself lots of ways that don't work, but I did it in a way that's very slow. I now know a way that's you can fail faster, more frequently, and you learn more. Makes sense, doesn't it? Fail and review, improve. It is satisfying, yeah. It's hard because one thing about it is you gotta love doing it, because it's about the journey. You know how people say the journey is important. It's better than actually arriving, because once I've made the tune, I'm like, okay, no one's listening to it. Can't get enough people to what was I expecting? Was I expecting it to go, yeah, whole arenas full dancing to the tune? But that's like winning the lottery. And also, to win that lottery, you also have to be in lots of, you have to know lots of people. I think you can't just you can't even pay your way up there. I mean, you can. You can get radio DJs to play one tune for I've heard they're all for sale. But what if you're paying them and your tune's not that good? You know, what if it really it's you might pay a radio DJ like £100,000 and you know, it's what if the tune's not that good and you just waste all the money and you've got to judge. That's why record labels are like so fussy. Because they can have the power to do that, but they want to make sure it's a definite hit. But yeah, I love that though. It's like a lottery, but still, yeah, you have to know people and be like the best thing I've done in recent years. If I wish I'd done this 20 years ago, is be part of just play with other DJs in your local club and just get together and put on nights and you know play to an empty room. Sometimes, quite often, actually, most most times, you know, it's just the people who are actually there and someone who's just come in for a drink, unrelated to the music you're playing, and you got to do that. You got to go through that. Um, and then yeah, it's good to make good friends in that doing what you love doing. But yeah, you know, James was there for the hot box. Yeah, good times. It's like you know we were playing in one of like a quiet town, Wrexham. We even played in Rill, which is probably I don't know quieter in some ways. It was dead near the seaside. It seems like a nice place to put on an event, but no one was there for D&B and dubstep. Done a tune with Charlie Hedges and still only got one play. Yeah. Well done though. It's tough out there, isn't it? Because you've got not everyone's making tunes that are like high quality, but there's more competition than ever before. So getting more than one play, I suppose it's like if it does hit right, that one tune, then people will be like, hey, stop. What's that name of that tune? And then you're on one then, aren't you? I think that'd be nice to make one of those. There's got to be one. I mean, there's got to be one tune. If I make one tune in my life, that's got to be like that level. I'm in it for that. That one tune that everyone remembers. Never mind anything else. It's just about that one. Oh, okay. That you were there in the trenches. No way. What did he say? What did he say to get in? Oh, Jake. Yeah, I've not heard from Jake. He went back up to Newcastle. Or no, it's or Sunderland, was it? Yeah, I was getting the two confused. Oh no. You're from up north, England up north. Is it? Yeah. Oh, I had one tune played on Radio 1 once. So it was, I can't remember, it was so long ago, I've forgotten his name. It's when I had like outboarded gear. I think I had an Akai sampler and I'd cut up some Haymans and did, I've got a recording of it. There was a competition and it was Raz Kwame and he said, oh, was it on One Extra or Radio 1? I think it was Radio 1. And oh no, it was ages ago. It wasn't Folio. No. What was it now? Yeah, it was a competition to mix this sample called Chase the Bass. Just sample it. And I sampled it and made this jungle tune out of it. I was well happy with it. And he played it and I was like, yay. And he played one other entry. And then he played this one that was like nothing like it, didn't have the sample in it or anything. And it was actually the do you know Tim Exile? No wait, Tim Exile? The guy who wrote Mushroom Santa. The guy who's making software now, not the drum and bass DJ. I think he was just called Exile. They played one of his crazy tunes. He makes like crazy D&B that's kind of like mad beats, like almost Aphex-y type beats. They played one of his tunes, even though it had nothing. He entered it into the competition without even following the rules. He just entered it and got it played. So that's what I was up against. That's what my claim to fame, Radio 1. I put it out on my mail out on my bio. That one got Radio 1 play. Drugs is a good album, or Drugs. It is. It's so good. It's so meticulous, isn't it? The beats. I love. Is it Vord Osborne where he goes? It sounds like he goes through every drum kit he's got in a section of the song. The same. I think it's the same. Pretty much the same pattern, but on. You could proper like anorak which drum kit's which. Yeah, I don't know if it was introducing. I do submit to introducing though. I like how they all get listened to, but oh yeah, Migo sampler. I've seen that. It looks a bit blocky. I can do that in Ableton. I think. Maybe not the time stretch. Right. Did I get what was I gonna do with this? Oh yeah, duplicate this bit. So yeah, like I say, the hi-hats, like an app that they just lay down at the beginning when I put the track down, and then I don't think about them until the very last moment when I'm mixing. I'm going, why don't these? There's something that doesn't sound right about the hi-hats, and I think maybe that's the wrong time to think about it. I should be getting it right at the beginning. So let's try this. What I was trying the other day. Get rid of all this. Yeah, just silence that. Or let's just mute it in here. Okay. And then do a separate. What about the time stretching? The algorithm, the Akai algorithm, the Amiga algorithm. So tambourine, let's do some tambourine. There we go. 10 minutes on some section, why it's so important, not just for the sonic aesthetic. Of the track, but why it's super important for clean mixdown. Yeah, two things to consider in it, and people have told me that with no wisdom. And when you're told, it's another one of those things that when you're told as a younger producer, you just like, you don't know what to do with that information. Like, it's choosing the right sounds is really important, but like, you don't know why. Well, obviously, you know, because, you know, good sounds are going to make better music, right? But yeah, trying to mix them down later. But yeah, that's the way sounds and groove kind of intertwine. Right, There's a, let's get a drum track. So last night I tried to do some Sesco hi-hats with the tambourine. I can't remember what track I was trying to like copy the hi-hats from. Not copy completely, but anyway, got them down and I just used a section of a loop of tambourines being played. But when I played them back, they sounded a bit gritty. I didn't like the sound. It had a good rhythm. I want to do my own rhythm, but I feel like I'm going to have to get... It's just one hit tambourine sounds all sound different, so when you try them, they don't sound right together if you play different ones. But if you play the same one, it sounds obviously the same. So I think I'm going to have to get a tambourine and record my own rhythm, or at least variations of the same instrument on the same mic. Yeah, you don't even have to process them much, yeah. But how do you know they're right? Because you've got to be, haven't they got to be, to choose the right sounds, haven't they got to be right in relation to each other? So they've got to sound well together, is like the the bare minimum, right? But they've also got to sound like, haven't they got to sound a bit like a reference that's like a really good track that you're sort of aiming for? I always think my drums are too punchy as well, especially my kicks. I'm trying to soften them from the beginning, so that I'm, because if a kick is got too much mid in it, even too much high in it, the wrong kind of high, not like a nice soft hi hat, but like a tick, then that's gonna set the contrast for the rest of the track. Everything else is gonna be competing with that transient, isn't it? So I need to make that first transient very soft, so everything else comes out soft. It'll probably still come out very hard. Yeah. Try a different one. Yes, yeah. I mean, that's definitely something I'm getting better at. Yeah, is just try a different one rather than roll off. If you start doing a low pass filter, you start removing the other what might be good content. Just need the right kick. But then you could just roll off. If it's in there, you just roll it off so it's a nice soft kick and add your own. Be right, Brizzle. Oh yeah, try it. So just like remove. I have done that before on the hi hat tracks as a quick fix to get something done for a deadline. Is just remove all the transients on the hi hat track because they were just too much. It's mad how much you don't need transients on so many drums in um, dance music. It's like I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Right, so I'm gonna get this. Where's it gone? Just one tambourine on its own. It's gonna be useless, this, isn't it? Why am I even doing this? No, I need to think of something else because this ain't gonna work. Hmm. Open house. All right. Um. No. So gonna do like Sesco, and I guess many others, and do like a little rhythm that sounds good on its own, a little groove. But I need more than one sound. I need a Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. So in Loop Cloud, I did get some loops. Okay. Quickest way to do this, probably adding warp markers in it. I mean, that's a lot of... Actually, yeah, no, fuck it. Warp. And then it doesn't matter if it's... nothing matters there. Transient. So yeah, we'll just go to slice a new MIDI on the transients and use my... I don't know what extra is, but let's turn off warp timing. Zip. I wonder if what's it has that FL Studio. Okay, this is probably a good place to start. So all these are all different. I don't even need that, do I? Could just... They all sound quite hard. Oh, we're trying to make a rhythm that sounds good on its own. Okay. Let's put groove on. Triplets is probably a really good shout, but that would conflict with the ARPs. Maybe the ARPs should go on triplets as well. Actually, the ARPs aren't even... the ARPs aren't even swung. The ARPs aren't just playing straight. So yeah, maybe. Let's just try it on triplets then. Yeah, let's do it. I think it is triplets, the Sesco anyway. Hmm. Maybe that. I'm rethinking all the drums now. So I don't always want to do this, but I'm gonna go back to the reference. That's a 909 type hi-hat, isn't it? So it's not a tambourine. But there's some really tweaked. Doesn't sound like a very noisy hi-hat. It sounds like the resonances are even brought out a bit. Very good sample, that is it. It's very crunchy. Get rid. Another drum rack. No, wait. Let's choose this. Let's try this sample here. De-insert. There we go. Whack this in. Do the same again. Warp. Export to MIDI. Oops. Try triplets again with this one. Triple and wait, narrow. Sound triplets. Why does it look so weird? No, I'm going to go back to shuffle. Because my trusty old 16th shuffle. think Ableton's having a bit of a time here because I'm telling it not to do it too narrow, and it's just doing it proper narrow. There we go. I think bit of a swing. Still don't sound right. Doesn't suit the tune. Don't know if you don't try, right? What about if I put this back? Hi, Pika. Doesn't sound bad, does it? It's whether it suits it. What, the bass sounds, or there's that layer. The pluck is actually 3 notes played, whatever that's called, strum. Gone. There's a fancy Italian name. The bass, that's a serum bass. Well, that was one I made myself. Oh, I say made myself, I probably started with a tutorial on YouTube and then just kind of made my own thing. Don't know. I can't remember where that came from. I think this is definitely one of mine I made from scratch. I keep wanting to change the name of it from that to something else because it just seems inappropriate, you know. But it's pretty heavy bass, so maybe it does need a name like that. I've used this in quite a lot of tunes now. This one. And then oh, that's the same bass, I think. I don't know why I've got it on 2 channels. There must be something different. I must have slightly different LFO shape. Slight. It's almost identical. Oh yeah, that texture. If it wasn't for this, I don't think I'd still be making this tune, to be fair. Oh yeah, here we go, that's why. My top secret thing that's not even a secret. I'm like, no, it's just no one uses it because it's not supported it either. Can you see how the waveform is not looking how it should be? It's called Grain Scanner, and it can do 128 layers of grains at once, which just no other grain sampler can do. So, but it doesn't work properly. I'm slowly going over to other grain, like grain. Ableton's stock grain sampler is really good. I've no idea what sound it was originally, but grain samplers are great for getting like textures. So good. I find that some sounds you want to try throwing loads of wavs into it and messing around, and if one sound doesn't work, throw a different one into the same settings, and half of them seem to sound shit and the other half are like really nice. It's a bit hit and miss. It's hard to predict what sort of sound it's going to come out with unless you do more predictable settings. Like this thing can get, actually no, all grain scanners are like, all grain samplers seem to have this as well. Like some sounds just don't work in them very well. But this is going to be good for getting like different time stretching sounds as well. Yeah, grain scanner. I wish Ableton would fucking update it so it works properly. It's oh wait, maybe it is. Yeah, it is a Max for Live. And I did have like a extended trial period version, but then I bought it because I wanted it to work properly, and then it still didn't work properly. So I'm like, Ableton, wrote them a message feedback saying, can you, it doesn't work, here's a screenshot. And yeah, so I think yeah, if you're still on 11, what works, something that works better on 11. Oh yeah, if you're not already using Live Enhancement Suite and you're on Live 11, check it out. It's amazing. You can do this, look, double right click. Oh look, a menu. Oh well, look, let's put an auto filter after here. Click it, and it does it for you. That's it's weird how they don't implement these things themselves into the software. But anyway, Live Enhancement Suite still works on Live 11. On Live 12, it stopped working the same. I've tweaked the code to make it work again, but it's not 100%. Yes, you use LES as well. LES is the one. Grain is a lot of how rhythm is made. Oh, right. What, using granular synthesis? Did you get Dyna? No, I didn't get Dyna. the Dynas of Sonic Sound kindly sent me links to a free. It's currently free. It's called Dyna, and it's a wave shaper. But I don't really use wave shapers. Oh, Nord emulator. Gotta try this out because I tried. I tried. Andrew Cook. I'm using what's it called now? It's got a mobile. It's got a laptop chip in it. It's an AMD. What the fuck is it called? 8945, like one of the latest, fastest ones. Is it 13th gen? The equivalent is a 13th gen Intel, I think. But it's fast. It's 4 nanometer etch, but the Intel equivalent is like 11 or 12 nanometers, and it's just as capable for the same price. So I'm usually an Intel guy, but for this occasion I've switched to AMD, and it's pretty good. So not too pricey. Oh, nice. The virus emulator I tried, yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's great. The sounds on it are brilliant. Like really usable sounds. I love that. I've yet to try it again. There was something that was causing some instability, and I don't know if it was that plugin. It might not be. It might be something else, because I had other weird things running at the same time. Like TikTok Studio sometimes likes to use a third of my processor, and it's cheeky because it says it's using 0 CPU on the actual app itself. But when you go in Task Manager, or you just listen to the fan and you go in Task Manager and it's using like 33%, and I'm like, what is going on here? And it's always updating itself, and you have to reinstall it, and a new fucking icon appears every time. But it's doing something in the background. Is it a Chinese crypto miner? They wouldn't break my trust though like that, would they? I mean, it's the only way to stream. It's the only way for me to stream live, so maybe they would. You stream live, we use your CPU. It's only fair. Okay, I can't. I'm not like. I want to be friends with Chinese people. I'm not. I'm no Donald Trump. That's. Yeah, I don't think this app did not have. This computer did not have enough memory, and I hate when you couldn't buy a 64 gig one. They only had 3 variations. I wish I could have bought a bigger hard drive and more memory, because it's really fast memory. It's the DDR5, and it costs a fortune, that stuff. So I would have to take out the 32 gigs that's in there, throw it in a bin, or sell it, and then buy a brand new, like, double 2 lots of 32s to go in its place. It's always the way. With laptops as well, it's the same. It's a dear hobby, but it's not as dear as having a vintage Jupiter 8 on my shelf. That would be nice, wouldn't it? 20 grand, or going upwards of that. A Chinese crypto miner, yeah. I mean, it could be. Who knows what this is sending back to base? See, it is, but I mean, I'm running quite close. When at some Ableton projects, you'd be surprised how much memory it uses. So I'm at 77%, and this isn't even a big project here. I've got some which are like 100 tracks, and it's starts slowing down, slow to load, slow to save. Ah, right, no way. Nothing open. Yeah, no, I'm trying to pull back from having 100 track templates. I didn't realize how many tracks there were actually in it until I was on a live stream one day, and I was like 106. I was like, I started deleting them because it was just annoying me how going from one project to another on a brand new computer, I was expecting it to go a lot faster, and it was marginally faster. So yeah, I've started to change the way I manage projects. So I mean, I've got loads of tracks I'm not even using now. So that's the start sound, and then this is the grain smearing. It's just like a time stretch, but more layers. 10,000 for a Jupiter. It's not bad. 15 instances. That's a lot of. That's backing tracks and stuff. That was the old bass. See, now I've not played the track and I'm listening again. That it sounds a bit different now. I am going to change it a bit though. Duplicate the loop and add some more. Sounds a bit better. Wobble bass. BV. Backing vocals and use accents when recording an Apollo. Oh, I'd love an Apollo. Auto tune 4 tracks per vocal. Whoa. Is it your own voice, Andrew? Yeah. There's that one as well. Yeah. I mean, I should put my voice in more tunes and stop overthinking it. I used to years ago and I didn't like what I made, but I was just playing the same stuff over and over. When you do that, it kind of gets stale, doesn't it? And you start overthinking it. But my voice current is totally untrained and it can sing in tune in a narrow range. It's good for adding sort of a breathy sound, I guess. but it doesn't have much use beyond that. Aaron, thanks for following. Did I already say that? I can't remember if I did. Analog equipment. No, I've got a console, like a really old little console, and a 303 type synth that I don't use. I bought it brand new for 100 quid or less, and I've used it and it sounds just like 303, and I'm so glad I've got it because I love that. I grew up listening to that sound. I've yet to wire it into the system to actually use it. Hello, Mr. G. Your own voice, nice. Like, I always think back to Window Licker by FX Twin, he used his own voice, but obviously with lots of auto-tune. Maybe that is the way. It's definitely great to add texture. Something I always say is put a voice in a tune and it makes it sound twice as good. Because for one reason, there's many reasons, but one reason, any human can relate to it. If it's not got any voice in it at all, it's alien stuff that's not left. And the equivalent is, before recorded sound, was orchestras. But in an orchestra, you've got layers and 10 violin players to add all this depth, and they're all playing with emotion. And when it's times 10 or times 40 people on the stage, this huge emotion can be put into it, more than the human voice maybe. But for us, the simplest thing we can do is put a voice in, isn't it? Just the texture of your own voice. It's great. I'd love to hear some, Andrew. Melodyne, yeah. I've used Melodyne. It's pretty good. I've used it. It's very good. I could probably learn a few tricks on it though, because I think there's a lot you can do with it that I've not tried. I think it sounded better. There's one more thing I've improved on this track, is the highs, but there's still something I want to try. I forgot what it was. When you listen to it on its own, it doesn't sound great. It sounds a bit chopped. See if we can fix it. Hybrid. Yes. Good shout, Jeff. Yeah. I'm trying to do more of that. I'm trying to do convolution with especially for highs, with an interesting other hi-hat sound in there that it can kind of echo through. Is that what you were thinking? Yeah, nice one. So yeah, what sound though, eh? What sound? That's what I couldn't decide on. Is if I'm gonna do this technique, just trial and error probably, or let's go to hybrid, which should be in there. It should be in my favorites because I'm using it more and more these days. But no, it's not even in my sound design. Why is it not in there? Effect faves? No. Hybrid reverb? Yeah, it should be in sound design. There it is. Oh, should I look at some presets? I don't usually use Ableton presets, but none of them will work. So let's whack them on here and then choose a high sound that I want it to sort of sound like a little bit. Let's go for classic sound that everyone knows, like a 909. There we go. Just whack that in. Right, let's get ready for some magic. Don't crash now because I've not saved it. Oh, come on, don't crash on me. One thing that used to happen a lot with convolution reverbs early on is they used to crash. And it took Ableton up to live. Did he put this in on live 11 hybrid? Because before that there was like convolution max for live, and it took him till version 11 to put hybrid in. And I'm thinking the convolution reverb as part of the stock. And I think it's because they wanted it to be like crash, no crashes whatsoever. If I was a developer, that's what I would do, but I'm not. But it's what I would do. Dry. Wow. One thing that this doesn't have that annoys me, well, it doesn't annoy me, it's the stock plugin. What do you expect? Size. So that's pitch. You can't control how long the tail is. I mean, you could put a noise gate on it, I guess. Decay. Maybe that. Actually, that does a good job. But I did recently buy convolution from Melder because it does have that. And it also has what's it called? Modulation, like pitch modulation. I need to change the delay this because it's putting me off. There we go. Sounds like jingle bells now, doesn't it? Christmas bells. Let's try another sound in here. So another hybrid. Takes a while to load. I think it's because This must be a big file. No, no, it can't be. Symbol. There we go. Without, with. So rhythmic. There's like rhythmic sounds that you can put in here as well, which might improve it too. Let's put a slight delay on it as well. Although that's not what the reference sounds like. More lively. I'm going to compress it. Oh yeah, I want to try and not use the C2. I want to try and use one of the stock. I want to try and use more of the stock stuff. I used to think this wasn't a good compressor, but I didn't know how to use it. That's my usual go-to is glue. Yeah. I think I'm trying to refigure out what this basic compressor is good for. The glue, I think, sounds so good because it has like a different release curve, probably a different attack curve as well. So doing ABs now between compressors. Here we go. Quick attack, fast release, bit of gain. Let's make these a bit more similar. 0.01. Oops, not both. I think this one sounds a bit more punchy. Right now with these settings. But I think I can make this one punchy. Maybe I don't want that punch. It seems to happen no matter what. I think the transient sounds sharper on there, which might be useful for something, but it sounds more pleasing in glue. How would what so that it distorts? So that it thrash the makeup so that it goes so it clips. Is that why? So soft clip or hard clip, because I think doesn't soft clip limit it so the plugin doesn't output more than 0? Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, so soft clip. Yeah, okay. Now this snare. Colin. I didn't thank Colin. Or Corin. Corin and Colin have given me gifts, and they've been and gone, I think. Thank you. Oh, what I should have done was decrease the gain in utility, so I'll just clip between. Oh, that's something I would love in Ableton, is to easily A/B two plugins, like built into Ableton. So you've got a glue compressor, two glue compressors side by side. You just join them, you just like highlight them both, and then there's some extra feature where you can just A/B without. I mean, there's probably a Max for Live thing that does it. I don't know. Sounds like that first hit is a bit loud. In groups. Yeah, so you can A/B between the groups then, yeah? But you've still got to do. I mean, it's only two clicks, right? It's mute one, unmute the other, and then do it back again. It's 2 clicks. What am I complaining about? I want my A/B to be 1 click, clearly, but I'm being fussy there now. That's being too fussy. Yeah. You want your A/Bs to be quick because you want to you want to be able to do it dead quick, so you forget which one are you actually in. Like a blind one, even just one click without even moving the mouse, just 1 click, so you can go and lose track of which one's selected and just hear it, which one sounds better. Just try and remove the bias of which one you think it's on. It seems like it would be good to have it for that. But I can't tell at the moment, which sounds better. It's probably neither here or nor there with the glue compressor. Why am I using it? I used to ask. No, that's a good question to ask when using compressors. Why? To control the dynamics, right? So. I don't think it needs it. Maybe a touch. Needs more whoops, Martin. Could just resample the master, mute the resample channel and oh yeah, you could do. That means creating an audio file though. I mean, like, you could delete it afterwards, I guess. I used to overthink that. I still do. I've got more hard drive space, but it's still limited. Will be sub-based. Yeah, so in this one, I'm just trying a few things. I'm focusing on rhythmic hi-hats, or in this case it's tambourine and a few hi-hats still. No, they're muted. No, that's a solution. No, it is a solution to address that bias thing I'm talking about. So you've just got the solo button, one button, and you go between them and just close your eyes and forget which one you're in, and then go decide which one's really better. Go away, come back with your eyes not looking at the screen, and carry on, and then see if there's a difference, or see which one sounds better. Yeah. I don't think it is supposed to be. I mean, there's like this established kind of music theory and 12 tones and all that, and things that work well together, but I don't know. Maybe I do wonder if Johann Sebastian Bach, if there was, I think there's some logic going on there with creating a start and an end in every single key. Prelude, fugue, because they sort of go through every kind of note combination, don't they? Like I think you have to like learn those in like music to learn music properly. Oh no, baby is crying. I may need to go. Oh. Yeah. No, she's going. No. Right, I've got to end the live stream, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. Take care.